I love Shorter Ian. This is 8 minutes of absolute and pure relaxing.
Shorter Ian is by itself a very old song. It has gone through many stages. It became slower and slower with each version, which is a good thing.
I always have the feeling that this song flows right through me, singing wise and definitely in a mental way.
It became pretty clear early on that we wanted an acoustic song. Hey, that rhymes.
Back then the working title was called The Forest Silent Whisper, and we wanted to find out how Elvellon sounds like when we write an acoustic song in Elvellon style.
And we dived blindly into it.
We began with the classic unplugged setup. An acoustic guitar, a piano and some ethnic percussions. And we started to jam on a melody that Pascal introduced to me a few days before.
So we collected ideas,
but we were not able to put all these parts together into one song.
At the end, we've got 20 versions on my PC, different like hell.
Completely different versions. It was really awful. That really fucked me up because we had a great mood and the atmosphere was great for that song, but we couldn't make it in this time. After we had to put that song aside for a really long time, we decided to not really work on it. We rather had to feel the song. And so it came that I remembered a dream that I dreamed once when I was a child. I was sitting in a wooden boat and I was drifting down the river right into an alley of weeping willows. And these weeping willows, they hid the view of the sunset. And in addition to all this, the subject of death really bothered me in these times. And I put all these pictures together and they became clearer and clearer inside of my head.
After Gilbert joined the band, we had a guitarist who can comprehend our ideas, I would say.
I think what really made us feel that we nailed it was the moment when we had this guitar and piano theme from the beginning of the song. From that on, we changed the structure and the tempo. The verses got really reduced and quiet. It gives me goosebumps, even live.
Maybe I should say the song has taken its own direction, completely independent of what we intended during the first steps. And in the end, it was almost written by itself.
Dark chapters on my way, born from hope, trails to the horizon, the source of all good in me calls on my heart.
I guess it's the first song that most people heard from us, which is a very good thing because it shows all the good aspects of our music.
Born from Hope is one of the songs from the early days of Elvellon.
And for a single-ish song, it has a very dynamic bridge. It starts with this very quiet vocal and piano thing and builds up to this massive orchestra guitar riffing double bass part, which I still love very much.
For me, this song is connected with pretty good memories. I remember bright days and having a precious time with my bandmates.
Born from Hope is still a perfect example of how each of our songs has to emerge in an own and unique way.
Once I recorded a medley with many ideas, which don't connect it to each other.
A 4-minute compilation of ideas with many orchestrations and many different parts.
Some of them were pretty good, in my opinion.
I kept listening to it for a couple of days until I had one of these moments that people might call revelation. The very first seconds of the song already had everything that we needed to write a song that was supposed to bear magic and hope.
That was the bell intro for Born from Hope.
During the next rehearsal, I told Pascal about the idea, and he was very perplexed.
And I was like, but what it's with the much more cooler ideas, and no, let's do this.
But we gave it a try, and we jammed to the idea of this pattern. In addition, a few basic chords, and it was great. One of our best moments so far in songwriting.
The time we wrote Born from Hope was the time where we established these so-called night sessions. It means that we start in the evening without a time limit and work throughout the whole night until dawn. And that really helps you keeping the focus, staying in the flow, because, you know, there's barely anyone awake at the time and no one can disturb you, there's no phone ringing or anything. And that really helps you getting into the mood for songwriting.
We needed, I guess, 3 night sessions to complete it. And we were dancing here all along this, and it was pretty cool.
The only thing that we were struggling with a little bit was the chorus. We needed to write a few different versions of it, and we tried out different rhythms and atmospheres and different melodies. But it was not that much.
And that's Born from Hope today.
The last song of Until Dawn and its actual title track.
Became pretty clear early on in Elvellon that the Dreamcatcher itself will be a symbol for the band.
Before we were able to write even a single word for this song, Martin already decided for the song's title. And that's, until today, Dreamcatcher.
Again, a lighter and encouraging song. As I think about it now, the album starts quite dark and gets lighter to the end, which really reflects to the lyrical concept of this album. You know, the whole story about this little boy and what he stands for.
Especially the lyrics of the song are very essential for the whole album and the finale that we wanted to hear on Until Dawn. The boy is finally able to listen to his heart, and he leaves this forsaken place where he was left alone so long time ago. He holds his Dreamcatcher that represents his courage to walk straight into the dawn, away from all the loneliness and darkness that bothered him so long.
What you see on the cover of the album is really what this song is all about.
Try to make it something special as well, with the keyboard solo and the breakdown.
In the bridge we have our very own version of a so-called breakdown, which is kind of a cliche in modern metal music. It's where you have a kind of slow guitar riff with halftime drums and a very low bass effect in the beginning. You really have to listen to it for yourself. I think it's very funny and I love the fact that we kept it in.
We're pretty happy about it today, I would say.
The line, "From lasting memories, the circle has been tied," is a line of the song that explains in which way the heart and the Dreamcatcher of the boy are actually one and the same thing. You could say that the boy's heart is made of joy and courage and beautiful memories, and so is the Dreamcatcher. And all these things will make the boy's path easier as soon as he leaves his fear behind.
I love the fact that this song and with it the whole album ends with this single word, "Go," from Nele. It feels like a statement, like go out into this world and leave a beautiful mark.